Image and quote with a cooperative poster is a SDAIE strategy that I chose to do a presentation on. What is image and quote with a cooperative poster? Groups of four are formed. So with this, you can have all kinds of learners together or different kinds of learners, the same kind of learners. It just depends, like if you want to have like your early, beginning, or advanced, or if you just want to have, you know, different kinds of learners working together to build each other's strengths. I don't know. It's up to you. It's your classroom, so it's your decisions. So after that, students are going to read a selection. So while they're reading the selection, they're going to pick a quote that really stands out to them. After picking a quote that really stands out to them, they're going to pick an illustration that really stands out to them. I mean, this isn't really for high school because the material that they read doesn't really have images anymore, but you can have them Google an image for a vocabulary term or whatever it is. We'll talk about that more later. So after they picked their quote and their image, they're going to go ahead and share with their group. They're going to share why they picked it and why it stood out to them and the purpose of the quote or the image, stuff like that. So then after that, as a group, they're going to come together and be like, okay, this is the quote that we chose for this book and why we chose it, and this is the image that we want to pick and put it on and they're going to go ahead and put this on a poster, but they're only going to pick one quote and one image. And then each table member is going to have their own colored pen, and at the end, when they're done creating their image and their quote, they're going to go ahead and sign it like kind of like an autograph saying that they made that poster. And I want to talk a little bit about the materials you're going to need. It's super basic. I mean, you're going to need white paper, butcher paper, whatever you have, different colored pens so your students can draw and color. And the first thing I want to talk about is language arts. Well, right here I have the book All the Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss. As this book is geared to kindergarten to 2nd grade, but I would definitely have my seniors read this just because it talks about, you know, the walks of life, the ups and downs, and it's geared for graduates. And this book was actually gifted to me, and it's actually one of my favorite books. But anyways, I would have the students read the book, and then the students are gonna, you know, form their groups and stuff, and they're gonna pick a quote and an image that really stood out to them, like I had explained earlier. So this is my quote. And you will succeed, yes you will, indeed, 98 3/4 guaranteed. That's actually one of my favorite. And then they're going to draw a picture of their image, their image that they picked, you know, from the story. And then they're going to sign it in their different colored pens. I don't know, like the whole colored pen thing's kind of throws me off. But anyways, because they're going to have to draw a picture with different colors. And so yeah, that's what I would do for reading, my reading selection. And this could be for any grade level, from kinder to high school. And like I said, this is not only geared to reading, you can also do this in math. I currently teach in a math class, and we're doing intro to geo. So we're learning about different triangles, so equilateral, we have isosceles, scaling, and we also have the right triangle. So I would have them form into groups of 4, and then I would have them get their geometry books and be like, okay guys, let's go ahead and assign different triangles to each group, and I want you to write one fact about the triangle, and I want you to draw an image of it, and make sure you do it nice and neat because we're going to hang it up in the classroom so we always remember what kind of triangle it is and what's the differences between all these different kinds of triangles. So right here I have an example, the right triangle. A right triangle has one right angle that is 90 degrees, and then they're going to go ahead and sign it with a different colored pen. There's the image, there's their fact, and see how this is not just only geared for reading. The next one I have is for science. So I currently work in a science class, and I have a Spanish speaking student that's only speaks Spanish, and so what I do is I translate the directions and like what we're learning. So right now we're learning about the solar system. So I actually made this up right now. So right here I have directions. Please get into groups of 4 and pick a planet. Come up with an illustration and one fact sentence about your planet. Be ready to present your poster to the class. So right here I have all the planets, and see for my ELL learner I have it in Spanish right here, and then I would give them an example. So here it is. Earth is the third planet from the sun. So here's my sentence and here's my image. So there's the moon, there's the Earth, and this is my illustration. It's not the greatest, but I mean, this strategy works. Like I said, it's not only for reading. I mean, it's for science, it's for health, it's for any kind of reading that they're doing, you know, heavy reading material that they have at high school so they can share amongst their peers. I mean, it's so easy, and I think it's a great way for them to learn. So once again, this was Image and Quote with a Cooperative Poster.